What's going on, guys? My name is D. Anthony, and in this video we are going to be talking about, is day trading bad? So this is a very vague kind of question that I see getting thrown around on social media and in Google and so forth and so forth. A lot of people maybe that have heard of, people making a bunch of money day trading, they kind of are a little bit skeptical. A lot of people out there, especially longer term investors, tend to think that day trading is gambling, so forth and so forth. So to answer the kind of question, very simple: is day trading bad? And to kind of sum it up, day trading can be bad for the wrong type of person. Now, what that's going to mean is, let's say, for example, you're down to your last leg and you've got $1,000 to your name, and maybe you're in between jobs and you've heard about day trading on how you can maybe make a lot of money trading options or something. And then you go and kind of just YOLO into some play that you read from Reddit, or somebody was talking about a particular ticker on Twitter or something like that. You put $1,000 in, you really have no idea what you're looking for, but you're hoping that it's, going up or going low or whatever the person, may have told you. Yes, day trading can be extremely bad. Let's say you're someone with a larger account size. Maybe you have a 401k account, or you're just a longer term portfolio investor, and maybe you've kind of wondered about day trading. Maybe seen some people making some nice and kind of outlandish gains day trading options or something like that, and you go and funnel a bunch of money in 10, 15, $20,000 into an options play because a particular stock chart looks good, or because you think that, hey, you know what, maybe you're looking at the triple Qs, which is a NASDAQ 100, and you're saying, hey, you know what, I don't believe in this hype train. I don't think that we're going any higher. Things macroeconomically still are the same. I'm going to buy some put positions, which means that you're betting on the stock to go lower. I'm going to buy some here. Next thing you know, current stock price on the triple Qs is trading at 321, 327 in a matter of a week, and you're kind of sitting there, out 10, 15, $20,000, and think that this is a scam. So a lot of people that are out there that say that day trading doesn't work, or is it bad, or you can lose a lot of money, or it's gambling, are people that have either made some money, very quickly and then lost it all plus some, or people who really came into this market on a very hot market, didn't really understand technical analysis, the ins and outs, the downs, and so forth, and have lost a lot of money, or people that have just never tried it at all. So I'm definitely not going to sit here and say that day trading is for everyone. It definitely takes and possesses, you need to possess a skill set, not only on your comfortability level on being able to read charts from a technical standpoint, but also understanding yourself as a human emotionally, right? So 90%, I would say personally, of trading comes down to human emotions, right? The stock market is nothing more than a place where emotional sellers meet technical buyers, and technical buyers meet emotional sellers, and things such as stocks or options or commodities are traded back and forth, hand in hand. So an emotional seller is always going to lose to a technical buyer, right? And a technical buyer is always going to beat anyone who is super high emotional as a human being in general, right? So what that kind of means is that day trading can be extremely dangerous if you don't understand the concept. And a lot of the things and the narratives that get thrown around about day trading being, risky or gambling, I understand it, but there's also a very small select sort of group, right? There's a very small niche of people out there. Professional, whether it be from a Wall Street perspective, big bank, investment bank, hedge fund level, and also a very professional retail side trader as well. Now, if you understand risk, right? Because at the end of the day, all you are doing is risking your capital for a potential expectation, right? And if you have a very hard time managing your emotions or managing your expectations, yes, day trading can be extremely dangerous. However, if you take the time to educate yourself and build a skill set and put yourself in the fire and go through a lot of trial and error, where you're kind of testing a strategy, working a strategy, sticking to a specific set of rules to follow on a day in and day out basis, you're going to start to pick up a lot of, these lifetime sort of gems, right? You're going to learn a lot of things when it comes to what you should be doing, what you did last time that may necessarily not have worked for you, what does work for you, and when to kind of hang tight versus when to kind of push your foot on the gas and give it a little bit more throttle. So for myself speaking, doing this for the past 7 years, the first couple of years, were very, very tough. I would imagine for a lot of you guys who have come into the markets, either you start off the bat winning a bunch of money and thinking that this is the easiest thing in the world, to go into losing it all and then, just quitting, or you start off losing a lot thinking that, you're never going to get ahead. And until finally, if you stick through it, you eventually see these small little breakthroughs, and every single little breakthrough is like another level in the game. Every level that you start to break through, your confidence starts to rise a little bit. Your experience level obviously gets a little bit better. Your emotions tend to get a little bit more in check, to where, when you enter into a trade, you're not sitting there watching it like a hawk, every 2 to 3 seconds with your heart feeling like it's racing out of your chest, because, every single downtick on a minute frame. I mean, I've even talked to traders before, told me that they have gotten down to watching a 30-second candlestick time frame, right? If you get down to where you're watching a 30-second candlestick time frame, your emotions are going to be running through the roof. Now, unless you're playing such massive size with a strategy and a trading plan that is going to allow you to kind of manage those emotions properly, nobody, I believe, should be watching a 30-second chart. I don't even think anyone who's been trading for less than 2 to 3 years should be using a 1 minute time frame. I would recommend everyone to start off on a 5 minute time frame. Yeah, the margins and the risk is going to be a little bit bigger than, say, something like the 1 minute time frame, but there's going to be a lot less fake outs. And even in a 5 minute time frame, there tend to be fake outs. So just to kind of boil down and sum this video up, is day trading bad, or can you lose a lot of money day trading, or is it harmful? It can be. It definitely can be, if you can't control your emotions. If you're a person who lacks discipline on the outside world, you're going to bring that into your trading. If you're someone who's down to your last $1,000, it's definitely going to be difficult. If you're someone who is going to solely rely on day trading as a full-time income, but you have no savings or no backup plan or no multiple streams of income to kind of help support you, yes, it's going to be extremely difficult, and you're going to go through a lot of hard times and hard pains. When you stop focusing on the dollar amount and you focus on the actual skill set, things become a lot easier. It's why, like, someone can, let's say, for example, start a paper trading account with, I don't know, $1 million or something, and flip it into $5 million. It's very easy to do that. I would never recommend anyone to go out there and start paper trading, even though there is some people out there, some traders that will tell you, start off paper trading, you're going to learn the ins and outs. I believe that in order to learn the ins and outs, you really need to put hard-earned equity cash on the table, because unless it's your own money, you really have no emotional connection to that, and you're never going to really understand what it's like to be in a real trade. Because let's say you do start something like a demo account or some sort of paper trading account, and you make all of these gains, and you parlay that into putting up your own equity. The first time you go into drawdown, you're going to be absolutely shitting bricks. You're going to be so confused as to what the heck is going on, and it's gonna make you do is start to either a revenge trade or size too big for your account size. But to those of you who do learn how to build the skill set and manage your emotions and stay disciplined and take the time to educate yourself and learn from other traders who are doing it, and actually risk your own money and take these trades over and over and over and over again to perfect your strategy, or to learn someone else's strategy and kind of tinker it into your own way to where you're comfortable using that strategy on a day in and day out basis, then that's a whole different story, right? I do believe that there's a select few, myself included. I've been trading for 7 years, and I've been trading for 5 years full-time, right? So in total 7 years, but full-time realistically for the past 5 years. And it took a very, very long time. But again, we have to understand the education was nowhere near as good as it is today 7 years ago. YouTube videos were not out there as much, if any, 7 years ago versus where they are today. The trading communities and groups that are out there today with people actually doing this and helping you and trying to teach you were nowhere near as good or out there 7 years ago as they are today, right? The learning curve doesn't need to be 2 or 3 years. You don't need to blow 2 or 3 accounts before you actually learn how to do it. The old traders, the pioneers who came into this, when we didn't have a lot of information and a lot of people to learn from, and a lot of mentors, luckily after 2 years I was able to get a mentor who traded full time on Wall Street, but not a lot of us are fortunate to have that. So you had to go through those ups and downs and those in those hard times before you could really get the full understanding. Now you have people that come in here and join a community or go through every book in the bookstore or every trading course online, which I do recommend. I recommend, buying everyone's trading course, joining a ton of communities in the beginning, finding that mentor, maybe 2 or 3, 4 different teachers and mentors that can help you. And then from there, kind of filtering out, hey, I like this person's style. I like the way that they communicate. I like the way the things that they are teaching. And this suits me, right? Of course, not every mentor out there, not every course is going to be for you. Maybe you want to be a swing trader, and you realize that scalping is not for you. Maybe you don't have the patience to swing trade, but scalping really suits your personality the best, right? So you can kind of start to narrow down those mentors, narrow down those communities and those courses. But the number one thing I would definitely recommend is to invest into yourself. You cannot just take $10,000-$20,000 and put it into the stock market and double triple it in a week. You can by getting lucky, but you always pay it back to the market later on down the road. I can guarantee you that. Any trader who has made an enormous amount of money without the level of experience or the trials and tribulations is always going to give back a big portion, if not all of that, in the months to come, in the quarters to come. But if you do it the right way and you start small and you educate yourself and you come up with a trading system and a trading plan and you work with other people who are doing this and you start slow and you be realistic on your expectations, I'm not saying you're out here looking for 500% gainers, but you take those 10% gainers in the beginning, you take those 15% wins in the beginning, and you consistently do that and you build, this hard rock shell around you and you manage those emotions, you can do it. This is not gambling. This is a real profession. Anyone who is going to sit there and say that this is gambling, go talk to every major hedge fund on Wall Street. They each have a department who is going to be sitting here day trading, okay? They each have a department who is sitting there swing trading. They are not all just investing for 20, 30, 40, 50 years down the line. Now, do they also do that for clients as well? Of course. Of course they are. An investment advisor, a money manager, a hedge fund, a firm is always going to manage your expectations and your percentage of gains. Of course, they're going to sit there and tell you, if we can do 3 to 4% a year on a return on investment on your money, that's going to be phenomenal. The average person is not going to be able to beat the S&P 500 on a year-over-year basis. I get it, and it's very hard to do that, but there is professionals inside those hedge funds, inside those banks that are doing this on a day-in-day basis. That's what the stock market is. Money is flowing in and out, and all it is just a rotation between one hand to another. As soon as you can understand that and identify that, you're going to do a lot better off. So guys, I hope I helped you out a little bit. If you guys want to learn more information about me and my style of trading, all of my information is down in the description box below. Make sure, 1, to join the Discord, 2, to become a lifetime member to evolutiontraders.com, and I will see you guys all on the next video.